What's up?
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi.
Hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey.
Joey only.
I'm Frankie McDonald. You're listening to Comedian Meteorological Weather Report, Caribou Weather Dude on every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Caribou Weather Dude, Comedian Plus Meteorology. That's Comedian Meteorological Weather Report. Joey only of Wales, British Columbia. You can check out Joey only's weather channel on YouTube. You can listen to his weather reports and his show. And I'm on Joey Only Show every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm Frankie McDonald. You're listening to Joey Only Show every Thursday night's Comedian Meteorological Weather Report.
Weather has taken a slight turn for the chillier. It is cloudy, overcast, overall gray, true to form with this area. It is perfect chocolate weather. Right behind me is the Carpentry Building. I'm locked in at the college campus out in the this part of town where such things happen. Also over here, hey, look at that, plumbing. All sorts of good stuff going on over there. Pipe trades and whatnot. So y'all want to learn to lay pipe, this is the place to be. I am the pantsless count today. No pants, that's right. Fluorescent green socks. No pants, Count Chocula, locked in a college campus.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
Good morning, Prince George. Good afternoon, Winnipeg. This is the Comedeorological Report. I'm Joey Only. Comedy plus meteorology equals Comedeorology. It's currently the 11th of August that we're recording the show, and there's severe storms going on in British Columbia, 2 of note that we are following tonight. I'm here with the whole Comedeorological panel, and that so far includes Pete Galenko, Joe Stover, and Frankie McDonald, our man in Sydney, Nova Scotia. You're hearing the show on Seaford, 88.7 FM, CKUW 95.9 FM, Winnipeg, and Prince George. Welcome, everybody. And we will have Frankie McDonald here momentarily on with us. We've been watching these severe thunderstorms that are going on. And, well, it continues here in BC. And I think Saturday is going to be another day. But we are now expecting thunderstorms every day here. So
it's exciting.
Yeah, well, it is, but it's not because of the wildfire situation right now, right?
Well,
so
there's always that.
It's been very dry, and we're getting lightning in places where there's not any rain going on, repeatedly in some areas. So Frankie's been having trouble with his internet. He's somewhere probably outside A&W. We got a very, very strong line of storms still going on in BC right now. That's okay. How you doing, Joe? Why don't you start talking? Talk to us about your storm today. Talk to us about your trip.
Churchill, Manitoba, Thursday. It's the 11th. Just a really, small, but out of the blue, kind of intense zone. I mean, relatively intense for us. This is looking towards the northwest. You can see the Turkey River on the other side there. Starting to disappear in the rain. It's starting to rain now. And yeah, getting some rain. Getting some interesting clouds. See how it goes. What do you think, Baker?
Yeah, well, I had just got back from Thunder Bay. Was out there for a wedding of my good buddy Aaron and Tavia Swerdlick. So congratulations to them. Yeah, it was pretty good. Good trip. I didn't unfortunately get to see any active weather while I was there, except one Tuesday evening last week in Winnipeg while I was golfing.
Did you see me? Joe,
There's
did you
Frankie.
see my face?
You've been having some trouble getting yourself online there, right, Frankie? But you're.
I can see your face, Frankie.
So,
Did you
Frankie,
Did you see a video of me?
seen videos of you? Yep. Thank you for sending us some videos. We'll be using them for the show. Frankie, have you seen any weather? Yeah, we lost him again. Okay, Joe.
Well, I'll keep on going. Sure. Yeah, I guess I saw a little bit of active weather last week when I was golfing just south of Winnipeg. I was just south of Winnipeg in Lorette, and just to the north of us in Selkirk, they were getting hail. So it wasn't, I did sort of get to see active weather, but I didn't get to really do anything about it because I was stinking up the golf course. So, but I did get to see some active weather today in Churchill, which was really, really cool. We really weren't expecting anything in terms of thunder or lightning. We were expecting maybe a few showers here and there later tonight, but around 5:30 this evening, I kind of heard the wind outside get remarkably stronger. So I just poked my head out, and sure enough, it was a cell that was just kind of developing. And
hi guys, I'm doing great.
oh, there he is. He made it.
I'd like to introduce the Joey Only.
This is a Comedeorological report, comedy and meteorology, sir. What's your name?
Rob McLeod.
Well, welcome. We're broadcasting out of British Columbia and on the air in several cities.
Nice.
How long you known Frankie?
I've seen him around. We're not close, but I see him around for the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, okay. So you've seen lots of Frankie.
Yes, and online, of course. You know his presence.
What's your favorite thing at A&W right now?
My buddy's grabbing 2 chubby chickens, and I saw Frankie here doing a little webcast or something. I said, Frankie, can I do a little selfie with you? And he says, yeah, sure, but I'm doing an interview right now.
Yeah, that's how it rolls.
That's how it rolls, man.
Getting the chubby chickens. Interesting.
Nailed it. Thanks, Frankie.
And the weather in Sydney, Nova Scotia is cooler right now, but it's drier and cooler. It was wet earlier.
What's the temperature right now, Frankie, in Sydney?
Right now it's around, and right now it's a decent amount of temperature. Right now it's decent. And did you hear that this Sunday passed with temperatures up to 43 humidex in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada?
Not my kind of weather. What's our kind of weather, Frankie? What weather do we like?
Really cold in Churchill, Manitoba, Canada, where you're at.
Yes, bye. What is your favorite temperature? What is a perfect temperature?
180 degrees.
Looked like quite the storm you had there today, Joe. You know, the video, it had some real anchor to it.
Yeah, it was like I said, yeah, it was just so neat to kind of see it kind of branch off. Like I was watching the satellite a little bit earlier, and it just looked like kind of just regular cumulus, thin cumulus, just kind of rolling by, and then just all of a sudden, poof, they just started to build. And yeah, my dog and I, Baker, we hopped in the van and did a little what storm chasing we can in a community that really doesn't have any roads in or out. But it was great. Yeah, we got super
the roads there, eh?
Yeah, well, we have quite a lot of kilometers of roads, but just none that lead out. And then where the storm was headed, it was heading in a south easterly direction, and unfortunately, not many roads around here go in that direction. So we went about as far as we could and enjoyed the getting rained on. And yeah, I'm just kind of looking out the window here now and seeing maybe some more that is developing just to the north of us. So Hudson Bay. Southwestern Hudson Bay rather is getting nice and pounded right now. So relatively so, not as pounded as you guys are in BC and some of those videos I've seen Brandon post and stuff like that. But like I've said, up in Churchill, Manitoba, in terms of active weather, we will take what we can get.
Well, and what's nice is you have the whole view from the bay, right? So
yep,
even when you don't get to chase it, you still get to see it. So let's get to Frankie, because Frankie's the man. Frankie McDonald in Sydney, Nova Scotia. What's going on in the world of weather this week, Frankie? What's going on in Canada? What's going on
in Baltimore and those places? They're bringing a lot of rain all across eastern United States. All the cool weather is going all the way down to Georgia, even Florida. And those places it's going to remain hot in Oklahoma and all those places. It's going to turn hot in prairie provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. There's sometime in the middle of August, it's going to turn really hot in Vancouver, Victoria. They're going to bring lots of thunderstorms all across Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Bring a lot of rain all across Louisiana, even Houston, Texas. Showers and thunderstorms all across southeastern United States lately. Great Lakes regions turning cooler to average temperatures this weekend. all the way to rain in New York City, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, all the way down Atlanta, Georgia, and all across Europe. Let's go get some warm weather in Europe, too. Causing a lot of rain in Japan and thunderstorms in Japan and South Korea and China and Taiwan to bring a lot of rain there. Lately, they're bringing lots of rain in Thailand and the Philippines and all these places. Not enough typhoons in Japan this year either. So is hurricanes in the Atlantic. And southeastern Australia is cooler than ever temperatures. New Zealand's really cold, causing snow up in the mountains. Rain in coast areas, including southern areas of Chile. Bringing a lot of rain and thunderstorms to Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Honduras, and Panama, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Peru, and northern Chile is really, really dry. It's a desert areas in northern Chile and southern Chile, bring a lot of snow up in the mountains, a lot of rain in southern areas, in the coast areas of Chile. In Argentina, southern tip of Argentina is getting really stormy weather lately. Antarctica's first sunrise will be sometime next week. In McMurdo Station, Antarctica, the first sunrise of the season.
Right on, Frankie. What's going on in outer space?
Lots of asteroids up in the skies. Solar flares are kicking up in the high gear there.
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of northern lights in BC lately. I'm sure Brandon's seen some of that too.
And I just found out kids are going back to school down in the States already. And next Thursday, Victorville, California will be going back to school.
Yeah, some of those really far south places, they end their school year early to kind of match when the hottest time of year is. So I noticed that right away when I was down in Texas when I was like 14 or 15. And then everyone's like, yeah, we're going back to school next week. And I was like, what? That's crazy. Like, I still got almost a month off.
Indianapolis went back to school already. Oklahoma, and Indianapolis went back to school already.
Georgia too, eh?
Those poor kids. I mean, that's tragic. You hate to see people have to go back to school.
Hate to see it.
So,
and Russia's KHL hockey will be starting up on September 1st.
Well, we do like to see
hockey starts in Russia September 1st.
We do like to see hockey. We do. Even if it's Russian hockey. Ooh, those Russians. So, Frankie, what podcast you been on this week?
I was on a podcast called Base Guy Show on Wednesday afternoons at 4 p.m. Atlantic time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Base Guy Show, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And I was on the Compound Media related podcast. I was on the Owen Godzilla podcast as well. And I was on another podcast called a Compound Media related podcast. And plus, I was on the Joey Only show as well. And guess what? This Sunday, Roger the Wild Child Show, Nashville edition comes every Sunday, starting this Sunday, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Roger the Wild Child Show, Nashville edition on every Sunday night. Then on August 31st, Hollywood edition of Roger the Wild Child Show.
What about
edition starts on every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 9 p.m.
What about Central Time?
8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Roger the Wild Child Show, Hollywood edition on every Wednesday night. They interview those actresses and actors.
Frankie, I got a question for you. Behind you directly is a Ford F-150 pickup truck that's looks like it's getting towed. Can you look behind you and see across the street?
That the vehicle must have broke down.
You think that Ford truck broke down?
Yeah.
Not a Ford
Is there anyone
truck.
there is there anyone there you can ask, Frankie?
Don't know.
If you see those guys, find out what's going on with their truck.
Yes, I got something else to say. Did you hear about that? Angie TV has joined the Comedeorological Weather Report Instagram group chat.
Okay. I didn't even know there was one on Instagram because I'm not on Instagram. We haven't talked to Brandon Houck in a little while, Frankie, so maybe we should pop over to Brandon Houck. We missed him last week dearly. And so Brandon went on what I would call like the attention deficit disorder vacation, where it's like I'm going to go to PEI for 12 hours and do 67 things and not tell anyone until I'm there, and then just everything at once. And then I'm going to come home and then relax and then be late for the show. And because I'm on holidays, Brandon. So you have an interesting way of doing holidays. Tell us about Prince Edward Island.
Well, what I have right here in my hand is dirt from PEI. There it is. That's a little package of dirt I brought home.
Hey, don't snort it.
No, it's
With the baggie like that, go for.
so went on a little trip. I could have stayed longer, but then I would have had to pay more, and I would have had to go to Toronto, and I did not want to go to Toronto. So I decided to go the direct route back and forth for a couple of days. And I did half the island up. I got to go back and do the other half.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Brandon, what's been going on since your trip back? You saw some northern lights on the flight.
Oh, yes.
You got some aggressive storms going on in places here in BC. It's been flashing like crazy. Talk to us, man. Give us a good old-fashioned Brandon Houck weather report.
Weather report. Well, I can tell you the weather was actually very nice. I was actually in a heat wave in PEI, and before I went over to PEI there, we were in a heat wave here in Alberta, and then I basically jumped on over to PEI, and I was in a heat wave again. And that only lasted until I left PEI, and now they're in a cooler spell, and they've been rainy through the week. So I hit it up perfect, actually, very much so perfect. Though I probably missed Ron McLean by just a couple of days, but that's okay. So we are.
I've met Ron.
There's a picture of him at the airport 2 days after I was there. I was standing in the spot too. It was weird.
I pushed him down at a concert by accident once.
Did he give you a thumbs up though?
Mike DeYoung yelled in my ear, "Dude, that was Ron McLean that you just knocked down." I was like trying to fight my way to the bar to get to Mike, and this guy was in, and I guess he sort of tripped and he fell down, and I looked down, and it was Ron McLean, and there he was on the ground.
I could just see him.
And then
I could just see him on the ground giving you the thumbs up.
And about 15 minutes later, just so that for sure we knew it was Ron McLean, he got up on the stage at Big Bucks Mountain Lodge in Burlington and introduced 5440, who I had free tickets to see. I would probably never would have gone to a show like that there otherwise. So yes, I pushed Ron McLean. That was the highlight of the show. They weren't a bad band, but you know,
I like 5440.
Yeah. So we had great weather on the island for the days I went on the roller coaster. I went on the roller coaster called the Cyclone. That is a very fun roller coaster, and it's probably the only roller coaster that's named the Cyclone. Had to go on that roller coaster. And then the other funny part was this was at Cavendish, their PEI, and I got a ride ticket to go on the Cyclone because it's kind of walk in, walk out kind of a theme park there. And then I decided, hey, I better go on the go-karts too, because that looks like a lot of fun. So I get in line with the go-karts. There's like 10, 20 people that are driving around like crazy around the whole whole course there. And then I get up to the gate. I'm like first in line behind all these people who are driving around the course, and they all get off the course. And then I had 5 other people behind me. Now, the problem was I got in, my ticket was fine, but the 5 people that were behind me in line, they brought the wrong ticket and they couldn't get on the go-kart. So there's nobody else behind me. So I let me go on the go-karts all by myself. And I was,
that's a bummer.
Once again, around before Christmas, they shut the film industries down. A lot of celebrities, they go home to their families for Christmas. A lot of big actors, they go home for Christmas.
At least you were number one, Brandon, no matter what. You're not first or last. You were first.
Last. I was the only one, but I didn't hit any. Didn't hit any corners. Didn't have to worry about hitting it with the cars. So it was perfect.
That's how I felt when after I dropped out, got my GED. Then I went to boarding school. It was a real small boarding school. Technically, I was the only person that was a senior, so I graduated at the top of my class. I was valedictorian.
You were valedictorian?
Well, there was only like 15 people at my boarding school, or less than that, like 10 people, and I was the only senior. So there was no other seniors. Everyone else were juniors or sophomores. So I was technically the valedictorian and the whatever small valedictorian, whatever the hell they called it, second place valedictorian. I was all of them.
Fantastic. See, I was going to make a crack about you taking the short bus to school or being in a special ed class or something, but then you just kind of blew my joke by being like the only guy there. Thanks,
You
Pete.
beat out the competition.
So we just had Noel
Competition.
Chaos come from Vancouver onto the show. We've got Imogen Bailey coming on the show. So welcome, Noel Chaos and Imogen Beautiful Bailey to our Comedeorological report.
Yay.
Yay.
We're trying to get Brandon to talk about the weather, but we were being very sidetracked because of the fact that we all get along so well and just love talking.
But yeah, I did get back to the heat wave here in Alberta, and it's been a hot couple of days. We actually got up to 34 degrees today, and we had our block party outside, and it was actually, well, it'll make you wear a black 4 degrees, and I decided to wear the white one today. It's smoking hot, but under the trees, it was very nice today for a block party to feed 150 people today. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of hours. So I've been very sidetracked today, as you can tell. But we also had a few strong thunderstorms develop in the central region of the province near Hamurka West. That's right. That's where that thunderstorm developed. It was a severe one. It's still going. It's going into Kindersley now. And we've also had a few strong thunderstorms in northern Saskatchewan today. And we've also had those storms really fire up in the BC interior. Looks like they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the city of Kelowna. So they're going to get hit any minute
That's
now.
brand new. And can you read out whatever you got on that?
Oh, yeah. So I'll read that warning for you if I can find it here. So for Kelowna, and Kelowna's a very nice city. If you ever go there, it's there's a lot of beaches there, and people like to spend their lives outside in Kelowna. And
People like to spend a lot of money there, is what they like to do. And if you don't have a lot of money, you're not welcome in Kelowna. So
that would be the warning. That would be the warning. Don't go to Kelowna if you're poor.
Well, Victoria is much the same.
Boy, we're sure trashing a bunch
Canada,
of towns
man.
here.
Yeah, don't go to Kelowna because it smells weird.
Joel Plaskett, for those that most know who Joel Plaskett is, if you're a Canadian music fan, but he wrote a song once called "I Love This Town." But one of the verses, I'm sorry to interject here, but anytime somebody mentions Kelowna, I have to sing that line from the song. It goes, I played a show in Kelowna last year. They said, pick it up, Joel. We're dying in here. Picture one hand clapping. Now picture half that sound. There's a reason that I hate that town. Anyway, go on, Brandon.
In Kelowna, and the last time I was there playing a gig, it was my birthday, and I got to spend some time with a very beautiful woman, and it was a good time. So, I shouldn't knock on Kelowna too much. It's treated me pretty freaking good. So, Brandon, do you have that? Do you have any news for us there?
Yes. So at 7:25 Pacific time, Environment Canada meteorologists track the severe thunderstorm capable of producing strong winds, nickel-sized hail, and heavy rain. Thunderstorms about 15 kilometers west of Peachland, moving slowly eastwards, may affect Highway 97C, Peachland, and West Kelowna in the next 30 to 60 minutes. And remember, lightning kills and injures Canadians via rivers. Thunder roars, it's time to go indoors. Severe thunderstorm warnings are issued when imminent or occurring thunderstorms likely to produce one or more of the following: large hail, damaging winds, and torrential rain. Feels like I've done this before, hasn't it?
So if this isn't a cupcake watch, cupcake watch is when we have all the ingredients for a cupcake. This is a cupcake warning. This is when you have a cupcake. So there's a cupcake coming, Kelowna.
So that's basically the only good thing about Kelowna is that you're whipping a cupcake at it. I mean, I would like to point out that your pleasant memory of Kelowna may have been in less sober days, and I could suggest that perhaps the beautiful woman was a mirror someone had put lipstick on. So Kelowna might not be the lovely place you remember.
No, it certainly was not. But it was definitely in my less sober days. Hey, come on. There was a time I was a sexy man.
Oh, no,
I don't remember when, but it happened.
Sexy man.
No one's saying that you weren't. I'm just suggesting that in the lack of sobriety, what you thought was a woman may have been a mirror that someone had placed lipstick on, and this may have helped you catapult the run towards sobriety.
Mirror,
No.
mirror on the wall.
Definitely not. That is
That's
not how
what
you
you thought does
Of them
happen.
all.
You can't love another unless you
You guys
love
are
yourself.
mean.
We love
Guys
you,
are mean.
Joey, and we encourage
what
your
happens when I-
self-love and sobriety. We celebrate these things with you.
You guys are mean.
And I don't care what anybody says, Joey.
I want to hear what
you are
Brandon has to
smoking
say.
hot.
That's who
You're
I care
smoking
about.
hot.
You want to hear from Brandon because he can't say anything mean. He's not wired for it.
That's right, Brandon. When does this weather end?
When does this weather end? Never.
What's going on for the next 4 days?
Well, we are going to anticipate strong thunderstorms again for the next couple of days, especially in Alberta tomorrow. Today there's a slight chance, but I think tomorrow's chance is a lot better than today, at least. And as we carry on through next week, the heat's going to continue, and we've got a full-on week of heat. Man, heat, 30s or higher, well throughout next week. So summer is not going away anytime soon, and I like it.
I have an
I got
air
it.
conditioner. I'm happy.
I got a call during my podcast today, live stream from a fire boss asking if I was ready to go. So at some point, we may be taking a break from the Comedeorological Report, and that's the way it is. Just heads up, everybody.
No.
With all this
That'll be
lightning,
around Christmas time.
you'll have to deal without talking to Joey for a few weeks. I know that'll be hard.
That's gonna be
He's
around
still going to be
Christmas
messaging
time.
us. Brandon said
Can
something
Brandon
about
just
how
finish
he
his segment?
loves the summer and he loves the heat, and I find that very suspect because Brandon is ginger and he'll roast, he'll crackle, and
Hey,
just burst into flames when he
Hey,
thinks
tell you
Joel,
this,
once again around Christmas time, you'll be taking the weeks off for Comedeorological weather report. Then you'll be back in the New Year's.
No, I don't take time off for Christmas. You guys can.
I might.
I don't care
All right.
about Christmas.
I don't care about
It's
Christmas.
Christmas is cool if you're a kid
Gross first.
You're
We're
rich.
like Santa.
or you have a family.
Hop around Christmas vacation. Compound media is shut down until the New Year.
Poor Brandon's been trying to give us the weather for the last half an hour.
Yeah,
We just like roasting Brandon.
I'm ready to fight. Brandon, when's this weather going to change? What's going to go on now? Please finish your segment for the love of God.
No,
Go for another half an hour. Okay. Well, I'm actually the only ginger that tans here for some strange reason. So I don't roast as much as I used to, I guess, because I've just like to spend time in sunshine. But as we move along here, we are, as I mentioned, we're going to be continuing to see that heat linger throughout next week. And there's not much in the horizon for a change in the weather pattern, at least until maybe next 10 days. But we're going to be under the dominance of the ridge, the Rex block, and we also got the, what else? Oh, yes, the Death Ridge. Rex
The
block,
Death
Death Ridge, and we'll be hot and a little stormy for the next couple of weeks.
Rex block.
Rex block, where the pattern does not change for a number. Dun, dun, dun.
you're way too sweet for ominous. Yeah, questioning. I believe questioning, curious, quizzical, but not ominous. Not from Brandon. It's not in him.
New fire reported at Duck Meadows near Monty Lake. Lightning caused.
So a duck got hit by lightning and burst into flames, or it just got.
Yeah, did the duck just spontaneously combust?
Duck stew.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yes. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Noel, go next.
All
Somebody
right.
get through a segment uninterrupted.
No.
Alright, so I'm
Focus.
down in Vancouver, and summer is definitely here. We've had lots of nice sunny weather. We've had a couple of brief heat waves with temperatures for a few days going up into the mid 30s, but for the most part, it's been the high 20s and the low 30s. It's been very sunny. We had brief periods of rain last night, I think, and other than that, it's been nice. It's been sunny. Early next week, we're looking to hit up to 30 degrees, I think, on Wednesday. And yeah, and then after that, it starts to cool down into the lower 20s. So that'll be nice for people who do not have air conditioning. And yeah, that'll be nice for everyone who's been struggling with the heat. Me and my cat, we were gifted an air conditioner last year, so we are indifferent towards it. I don't have a whole lot to say because not a whole lot has happened really in terms of weather down here. It's been sunny and nice and very uneventful.
That's very disappointing. Vancouver is known for sucking in terms of weather. Damp, overcast, kind of lousy in a general sense. So that's very disappointing that it's been mundane. I mean, here it's been a little all over the place. It's bright and sunny 1 minute, then all of a sudden it's cloudy, freezing cold, and then 20 minutes later we're back to like a sunstorm where it's just warm and uncomfortable and unpleasant. Everyone's sweating through their tracksuits.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that will be back. That's like the other 50 weeks out of the year.
Bob Holowenko, who's one of the moderators of Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers, our Facebook group there, he says to me right now, a coworker is on a lake on a boat in the shoe swap, which I think is a crazy idea. And they saw a hillside take 4 to 5 back-to-back lightning strikes. So it's gnarly still what's going on out there.
What's
Imogen,
happening?
introduce us to your cat.
Oh, this is Morbo. He's a cat. He has no hair. And he's very wrinkly and pink.
And seems to be enjoying his cat food.
He likes his cookie.
Wrinkly, pink, hairless kitty. What's not to like?
I know, right? He's very well behaved. He had a nice bath the other day. Climbs into his little bubble bath, sits, waits for me to just put the cape on him. And then he'll just soak and eat his cookies like a little king. Like the little emperor.
Oh, how adorable.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
And that's also, I think, the first time I've ever heard a story about somebody giving their cat a bath where they said he just sat and ate cookies. Usually it's, it took the strength of 10 people to hold the cat who became the satanic beast at the drop of 3 drops of water.
Oh yeah, the thought of water, and a lot of cats lose it. But like Morbo, he loves bath time. There's a video of it on his Facebook page. If you go on Facebook and you look up Morbo Fishpaw, that's his name, Morbo Fishpaw. And there's a video of him just like climbing into his tub, sitting down, waiting for the cape and put it on him. It's an uneventful thing, but the novelty of like cat bath time, it's fun.
I might have to follow this page.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't the cat meteorological report.
He's my little weather buddy, man. He reads the
Hey,
sun.
you want to meet my cat?
Yes, I do.
No.
Just to spite Joey. Yes, I do.
Say hi,
Bring on a
Cooper.
hair cat. Hey, look at that. It's fuzzy. Hi, kitty.
I can see it, but no one else can. You gotta talk when you show something on your camera. You gotta talk, otherwise it's just gonna show whoever's talking here, right? So we saw that you have a cat. I believe you. There's a cat there.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It has
Most
hair.
people don't have cats. They're very rare.
Yeah, so this is Trooper sitting on a pile of laundry.
He has hair and the correct number of cat legs.
Yeah.
He looks delicious in a pinch, in an end of the world pinch. Kitties do make delightful chicken nuggets. Morbo's already prepped on a hot day. He sweats a lot, so he's pre-marinated.
You're not eating my cat.
Say hi, Joey only, guys.
Hey.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey only. Hey.
I'm Frankie down. You're listening to the Comedian Meteorological Weather Report, Caribou Weather Dude on every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Comedian plus meteorology equals Comedian Meteorological Weather Report with Joey only every Thursday nights on YouTube. Check it out. I'm Frankie down. You're listening to Joey only show, Caribou Weather Dude. Joey only lives in Wells, British Columbia.
We're back to the overcast and somewhat cloudy, strangely bright, weirdly sunny and cold kind of day. Right behind me, it's cloudy as all hell. Over this way, clearer skies clearing up, cold, breezy. No one knows if they're wearing shorts or a snowsuit. Also, one of the cool hidden gems in the city is that we have gyms everywhere. Right over here, right behind me there. Zuma. That place pre-COVID, I was doing murder yoga there. This is their new location, and I haven't been there. But super cool gym with some of the coolest trainers I've ever actually been choke slammed into the ground by. Lots of fun. Also, right across the street is Save On Foods Arena, Sofa Arena. You know, when you're looking for a giant grocery store to go party, that's the place. They have some pretty cool events. I think Jim Jeffries and Styx are going to be there in the next couple of weeks. So, you know, if you happen to be in this hippie-infested, weirdly cold, temperamental weather of a city with a horrible hippie bike-riding mayor, and you really want to go see Styx and hear Mr. Roboto and nothing else, then, you know, that's the place to be. And true to form, the weather is delightfully, predictably unpredictable. Same cloud cover as 5 minutes ago, 3 blocks away, and it's suddenly gotten a lot warmer out. Isn't that awesome? Seriously, a few people have taken off their sweatshirts and snowsuits and whatnots, and there's a couple more people roaming around in shorts while others are complaining. Depending on your perspective, it's too hot, too cold, and all sorts of miserable all the time, because that's just what we do. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you for being fantastically awesome. And actually, passing by right there. Hey, a couple more gyms. What do you know? Despite the awesomeness of the city and all the hippies here, we actually do have a lot of people who are extremely health conscious, and we do have gyms and fitness programs everywhere. What I just passed by was Pederx Gym as well as Island MMA, and over the years that I've been doing Malibu photography, I've shot a lot of athletes, and I have never seen more trophies go to athletes from anywhere else. Like, the guys coming out of those places have taken home more trophies than I've ever seen. It's pretty fucking awesome. So if you're starting out, they clearly know how you take it from start to finish. So, or just, you know, you want to go burn off some steam and whatnot, that's a pretty killer way to do it as well. Hit the mats and have a good time.
Okay, you know who we haven't heard from yet is Peter Glanko, and he saw hail and rain and all hell break loose there in Boulder, Colorado. So, without much ado, Peter Glanko.
It's over there, 5 foot deep, 5 foot. Good Lord! Oh my goodness! That is insane.
Oh yes, I did. I saw there was I forget what day it was, but I sent those videos there. And the hail startled me. The weather, somebody was telling me here in Denver that it'll go from, we'll have like all seasons in a day in one day sometimes here. The weather will change very quickly here. And that is facts. It was clear in the day, and out of nowhere, it got cloudy and it started raining. And then, like, it was raining so hard, I couldn't even see like 10 feet in front of my car. I had some passengers in my car. And then it started hailing, and it was like the hail was loud, and I was startled. We don't get hail in Virginia. At least my part of Virginia, maybe further west of Virginia towards the mountains, they might get
Pretty
hail.
common in Colorado there.
Yeah, it's common out here. But not a lot startles me, and that startled me. I was like, what is going on? Fortunately, my destination at the time was an indoor parking garage, so I went in there, and I was like, "Oh, I was worried my car was going to get scratched up by the hail." It was decent size, like between dime to maybe up to a quarter size hail. It was mixed with rain though, so but it was like, I was like, Lord. What is going on? Sky is falling.
What about baseball size hail?
No, there was no baseball size hail. Thank God, though. And I was like, geez, I felt terrible for people stuck outside. And there's There's another person I had to go pick up after that, and the everywhere was blocked either by fire trucks and then all the underpasses. Well, I saw so many cars like flooded up. There's flash flooding, and there's a bunch of cars that were flooded up to their like almost up to their windows, car windows. And I was like, "What?" Like,
That's harsh. Up to the windows.
Never going underpass in like a flood or a big storm.
oh yeah, there wasn't.
Like,
There wasn't.
anytime.
So I had to go like way far north just so I could go east and then south again. Our destination was southeast from Denver, and I had to go way far north just so I could go way far east to go way far south because the interstate was the main interstate. There was flooding on the interstate, and there was traffic. And then finally, we got up to the underpass on the interstate, and there's cars, like half a dozen cars, stuck in the water. I tried to drive through it out of nowhere.
So what you're saying is that it's advisable to always carry a surfboard or a kayak.
Yeah, that would be a nice way to cool down. Get one of those like sponge pool floaty things, and
Yeah, kickboard or something.
although there was a whole bunch of it was in the city, so there was you'd be swimming with a lot of debris.
So
Lot of
West Kelowna is
filth, lot
just
of trash.
West Kelowna will just start to be able to hear the thunder now. So that severe storm is inbound on you, Kelowna. Look out. Anybody lazing around the beach, anybody out in a boat right now on the Okanagan Lake, that's a really bad idea. Get to shore. I mean,
And,
you're probably watching the meteorological report. You're probably drunk and going, woohoo, it's pretty. But seeing so many lightning strikes hit the lake, different lakes over the last few days, that you are not safe on the lake. No, lightning's a very dangerous thing. That's right. That's
Lightning
why
likes
people
the
die
lake
from
more
lightning.
than we do.
And shout out to the second passenger that waited for me while I was navigating. I was about to cancel on him, but when the hail let up, I navigated to him. He was right near the Scientology building in Denver. There's a big old Scientology building near the ballpark apartments, and but he has a song on YouTube under the name Turk, the number 2 Kill, Kill, Turk 2 Kill. He's from New Orleans, and he has a song with that name called Scared Money. Scared Money Don't Make No Money. It's a real good song. He produced it himself. Has
Can
a
you
feature on
rap
it.
it for us a little bit and show us what it's like?
The hook of it is just Scared Money Don't Make No Money. I think that might be sampled for something else if I'm mistaken.
And you're rapping get into
the rest of
character.
it, he says, swimming with the sharks like Mark Cuban. And I was like, that reminds me of the song Overboard by Gucci Mane and OJ Juice Man. He's like, man, I used to listen to that all the time growing up in middle school. And because there was a line in that one, overboard, swimming with the sharks, boy, swagger like a white boy, tatted like a bike boy. My swag jumped overboard, and then so he was familiar with that song too. And there was a few different inspirations that went into the song "Scared Money Don't Make No Money."
Okay,
but he was a real cool, humble fellow that had gone through a lot of interesting life experiences. We had a long car ride that was longer than it was supposed to be, but we chopped it up, and it was cool. It was cool. Real cool dude. And I was sort of making fun of vegans earlier in the day, but he just went vegan because he found out he was diabetic, and he was going to try that to try to regulate his blood sugar. Though I think I recommend it to him. He was considering pescatarian instead. I think that's healthier than straight up vegan. But anyway, we'll talk about some nutritional stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, vegan is more if you want to be like ethical about like animal rights and stuff.
Yeah, that's he wasn't. That wasn't his main concern. His concern was he was trying to figure out how he could be. He was worried about his long-term health because he found out he was diabetic recently, And so he just knew that a lot of people are like, "Oh, vegan is a healthy way to go." But I was like, "Well, yeah, but there's you need your vitamin B's, you need your protein, and there's ways to get protein, and there's ways you have to get for the only way to get your vitamin B's and that are not animal derived, and then your omega-3 fatty acids that are mostly found in fish. You have to have like kelp extracts that have veggie caps and stuff. It's really difficult to get your full spectrum of essential amino acids on a vegan diet.
Well, the thing with a vegan diet is it is a good diet, and it is good if you care about like the ethical side of it. And there is lots of ways to get your protein, and there's lots of things that are fortified with like B vitamins and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But it all
Yeah,
depends. You kind of have to do like a bit of research, and it has to be something that you specifically want to do.
Yeah, you got to do lots and lots of research. So I don't know, but he was telling me he was just coming from a food fair thing, and they had a lot of good food there that was vegan. And some of that stuff sounded pretty good to me. Anyway,
there's a lot of good vegan food. It's just as a total way of life to jump right into it. It's a really big step.
Yeah, if you search some YouTubers, there's some that look pretty healthy, and then there's some that look like they
are about to die.
Yes,
if they're nutritionally lacking.
Yes, they look very malnourished, and they're talking about, "Oh, I feel so much healthier now." It's like, "Oh, you're going delirious from malnutrition," is what's going on there.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm not a vegan.
Yeah, but Joey, you don't really live in a place where that would be an easy thing to do.
No, and I need help right now. I need someone to cook me some meals just for once. And there was a community barbecue hosted by the gold mine tonight. And I thought, well, I don't care. I'm watching lightning and hell with the mine. And so then I ate some lasagna and a carrot muffin. They probably had some pretty fancy food because the mine, some friggin' shrimp and kebab, they do.
I think if you're like talking about different diets, it's important to like acknowledge like privilege of like different places having like varying access to different things, and not everyone's access to food in every place is going to be the same. So not everybody is going to be able to keep like different diets in one place or another.
Some foods are just simply not available everywhere. And
exactly.
Well, one of the things that people really get wrong when they start a focused diet is not understanding what their body specifically needs. If you don't know what your body needs, you're not going to be able to actually meet that need. So to say, I'm diabetic, I'm going to try being vegan to address that, there's so much room for error that if you're not working with a nutritionist, chances are he's going to hurt himself. Just
I know,
not knowing what he's doing, not knowing what his body actually needs to function in a more healthful way. So
I know what my body needs, and
hot beef injection.
It definitely needs snuggles.
Just like I said,
total deprivation is real.
Give me your best snuggles. Kelowna about to get hit by a severe storm. Is that warning still on, Brandon? It's got to be.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
It sure looks good from where I'm sitting here looking at this map.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seeing much lightning kicking off for, intensity at least.
That looks like it's going up towards Kamloops as well.
This one's moving eastward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of
There's another one that's moving the other way too.
There's been a lot of northward motion on storms the last few days.
Yeah.
But this one is not doing that necessarily.
I know. Where's it going? What'd you do to it, Joey?
It's strong enough that it can do almost whatever it wants, I guess. Now the severe warnings have been dropped everywhere else. So I think some watches remain in effect. But this is the only storm left that meets severe criteria, although it's possible
North Pole.
It's possible this guy up here still meets the criteria, but it's in the middle of nowhere, and that's sometimes how it goes. So, the
Yeah,
storm
that
of
kind of just
concern
looks
right
like it's
now is
off in the mountains somewhere.
the storm of concern is in Kelowna. It's still storming in Chase, but they've had like the bulk of the front go through already. The severity has calmed down.
So it's no longer raging, it's just annoying. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, if it starts fires on hilltops, it'll be raging annoying.
So it is somewhere between annoying and raging, so it's just angry, a little
So
angry. It's
that's how you could best describe me. I don't know about the weather.
It's downgraded from raging, somewhere between angry and perturbed.
Somewhere between annoying
It's
and
displeased.
angry.
It's disgruntled. The storm is disgruntled.
Yes, it's a disgruntled problem. There's definitely storms happening. Thanks everybody for watching. We're such experts here.
Yep. We all looked at a weather app and then kind of gave our opinions and then talked over each other. This is called professionalism, folks.
That sounds like every single episode of this show.
Frankie, you didn't ask me about Michael Recruit. I talked to him, and I was he's doing all right. Though the gas prices are high there. The average salary is $300 a month. So people that commute are paying a few $100s a month of gasoline. So people that keep complaining about a drop in the bucket of the national budget being used for Ukraine, like they got a budget like $100 a month for their 30-day expenses, and it ain't a game over there.
Ain't a game.
Well, that's good news, I guess.
Well, I don't know how things are. I wish that Kelowna had a webcam or something to see the.
Oh, they do.
Well, I'd love to see it. I'll say this.
Okay.
We've got a band right over Churchill right now, and we are getting just pounded with rain right now, and there's a bunch of flashes and lightning outside. So I'm missing the active weather to be on the Comedeorological report.
Well, get us some images, Joe.
Well, I'm on my
You
computer.
gave up something interesting to be here. Aww.
That's Kelowna right now.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you can see all these people like, hey, girls, you want to have sex? And hey, want to smoke some weed? And look, it's so pretty. We're the first people to ever take a picture of this. That's what this guy over here is saying.
Tell us how you really feel about Kelowna, Joey.
And here's these two guys. They're like not even talking. They don't even like each other. And
how does the storm?
She's just walking around by herself.
Oh yeah.
This is her kid. This is her kid, but she don't care.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm leaving. I've had enough. I'm leaving.
The one with the pink bag there, the one who's just like abandoning her child. I want to point out that bag is all full of stolen goods. She just came from doing the rounds on the docks and just pilfered everything not tied down. That's why she's walking quickly away alone.
So that's what's going on in Kelowna. That's one image. This is in behind it. This is a good one.
Don't get behind Kelowna. It smells worse.
Look at that. That's your storm.
That is an ugly looking.
I was saying earlier today how we can take pictures of galaxies 13 billion light years away, but we can't get a good picture from a BC highway cam. Look at this.
No, but with that blur, that little stretch of highway with that nice little grass strip is looking kind of sexy, actually.
This was a highway cam they installed in 1987.
With 1987 quality. I really hope that we don't have fans in Kelowna, because I don't think we have fans in Kelowna anymore after this.
Kelowna has technology from 1987. They don't know we exist.
So here it is coming from the airport. Frankie, how can everyone find you online, Frankie McDonald?
My Twitter is at Frankie McD. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie McD984. My TikTok is FrankDown984. My Clap is FrankDown984. My Twitch is FrankDown984. My LinkedIn is Frankie McDonald. My Snapchat is Frankie MACDON. And my YouTube channel is Dogs and Wolves.
Yes, and you can visit Frankie's merch store online. I'm sure everyone's got their Imogen pointed out last week, Imogen.in.
Website.
Her website should be promoting everyone's website. but I'm going to promote mine right now. If you're hearing us on the radio, please, you can find the live stream Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on Joey Only, the Caribou Weather Dude. I'm always on my channel talking about weather because, that's all I got to do right now. But could be that pretty soon I'm deployed for fire, so I'm excited. I've got some details today that could mean some money. So I may have to jump ship for a few weeks from my Valley TV news, but that doesn't mean I won't be back to doing all this. It just means that fire, every time I have a chance to go fight it, I want to do that. CKW 95.9 FM, thank you. CFUR 88.7 FM, thank you very much for hosting our show. I'm Joey Only, Caribou, centered here in Wells, British Columbia, with the Comedeorological Report. Then we had Joe Stover up in Churchill, Manitoba. We had Frankie McDonald, the man himself, in Sydney, Nova Scotia. We had Imogen Cookie Bailey in Victoria. Noelle Chaos, she's down there in Vancouver. Peter Galenko in Boulder, Colorado. And, of course, Brandon Hauk, the radio man himself from Brooks, Alberta. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
And I got something else to say. Hey, Joey Ollie, I'm doing great so far. I'd like to introduce to a special guest, Fred the Bear. Special guest, Fred the Bear. Hi, Joey Ollie, how you doing? I'm doing great so far, Joey. How was your day, Joey? I'm doing great so far. I'm doing great, Joey. How was your day? I am Fred the Bear. I live out in the woods. Joey Ollie's a great guy from Wells, British Columbia. Joey, you better watch out for grizzly bears up in the mountains somewhere. See you soon. Bye for now. That's Fred the Bear. Hey, Joey Ollie, I'd like to introduce to a new polar bear, Leon the polar bear. Hi, Joey Ollie. I'm doing great so far. I'm doing really well. You better watch out for other grizzly bears out in the woods, up in the mountains, in Wells, British Columbia. You better watch out, Joey Ollie. There's other bears out there. See you soon. Bye for now. Hey, Joey Ollie, I'd like to introduce to Ed Lion. Hey, Joey Ollie, I'm Ed Lion. I'm doing good so far. You better watch out for bears out in the woods and grizzly bears. I'm doing great so far, Joey Ollie. Joey's a great guy. He lives east of Quesno, British Columbia. Joey, where you doing? You better watch out for other grizzly bears out there up in the mountains in Wales, British Columbia. Joey Ollie, I'm doing great so far. See you soon. Bye for now.
Frankie, the weatherman. Frankie, the weatherman. Who? Frankie. Who? Frankie.
Ladies and gentlemen.